Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have an update on the Jaru incident that happened on the airplane with Tony Yayo on Sunday. And we got the backstory on how this happened. And long story short, Tony Yayo wasn't gonna risk losing the freedom to eat caviar on sashimi sprinkled with goat dust in Shinjuku next week over a Jaru beef on a plane. And we also got 50 Cent out here wilding on the internet. And Flav remains consistent when it comes to how he ranks Eminem, and this brought out some saltiness on X. And if you were with us a few days ago, you remember that the game ranked J. Cole's album a 7 out of 10 after he went track by track in his The Fall Off review. And we got Budden Shut This Down recently that sparked split reactions. And starting with 50 Cent, this man is gonna need a cease and desist at this point when it comes to trolling a certain hip-hop mogul, as 50 posted this meme a few hours ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're live tonight from the Nobel Prize for Beef ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Nobel Prize for Beef goes to 50 Cent.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank everyone I didn't forgive. This wouldn't have been possible without you. I know this award is usually about peace, but I'm exceptional. People ask why I remember everything or why I don't let things go. I got shot 9 times. After that, forgiveness starts feeling optional. I don't ever want a problem. But when they say they want a problem, I say no problem. Just so we're clear tonight, if I'm smiling, it's already over.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember not to mess with this guy. Good night.
And this was 50's excuse to post that raised eyebrow emoji. Who made this? I like it. And this is true.
I don't want peace. I want problems, always!
And we got Tony Yayo out here explaining how they ended up on the same flight with Jaru.
The plane is packing now. First class is packing. Now this is how weird this shit is. There's 2 seats left. There's one up front, and it's like one in front of us. I was like, yo, Murder, it'd be crazy. I tapped Murder, I'd be like, it'd be crazy if he sit right here in front of us. Lo and behold, give it a like 2 minutes. Boom, I see Ja. He see me. He spooked. He could tell TMZ, he could tell you, he could tell everybody he was spooked because he only seen me. When you see me, who do you see? You see 50 Cent, you see Uncle Murder, you see some gangster around all the time that's on timing. Ja know that. He just got punched out of the concert. So it feel like the world is closing for him. So he see me, I see him. I'm not showing no weakness at all. You gotta remember, this is G-Unit. We been through the ringer, bro. We been going at it with not only him, but multiple street niggas. And not trying to glorify nothing street, we're just telling you the lifestyle. So look, he's right here. I see him, he see me. The stare down starts, boom.
And perhaps someone needs to get in contact with Aiden Ross to set it up. Laughing my bum off, even though we will never see it happen, I want Ja and Yayo to fight one-on-one. And this could happen for the right price, and some fans play a little too much. The biggest question is, how did Ja get into first class? And we got more from Yayo and Uncle Murder from their new podcast, The Real Report.
You know, he's on a plane and
had an interesting week. Man, we had an interesting flight.
Motherfuckers throwing pillows.
Oh shit!
I don't even know why.
And
bro.
that's called popping off nowadays.
Yo.
If you throw a pillow, that's called popping off.
Yo, but Murder, tell him how when Ja threw the pillow, I see your bitch ass nigga, your pillow back, right? Remember I asked him?
Yeah, you asked him if he want the pillow. He said no.
I'm not gonna sit.
Threw the pillow at him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and fabricate anything. You know, Murder started everything.
What?
You know, I try to
crazy.
de-escalate it. You know what I mean? Because I want to, like I said, I love overseas, man. I love going to Turkey, Istanbul.
Yeah.
I love going to India. I love going to Australia. I love going to Australia, the Gold Coast.
What happened? The guy kept saying what's up too much, like, hey, fellas. And he wasn't like aggressive. He was so calm, but like, hey, what's up, fellas? Like, hey, how you doing, fellas? And it was
I
like,
mean,
man,
yo, listen, for
get
me.
the fuck out of here, man. Why you talking to me, bro? That's why I just like, nigga, what the fuck you talking to? Like,
for me, I knew it wasn't gonna work out when we sat, he sat right in front of us. I just knew it wasn't gonna work out, man. Shout to Delta Airlines for keeping the peace, but I knew it wasn't gonna work out. I knew it, man.
Yeah, that was funny though. It like I wanted to hit him. Yeah, he said chill, don't fuck up the flight. So once I realized I'm not gonna, hit the little, it was like, let's just troll him. That's why I pulled out the camera and just started trolling him, because nothing wasn't serious gonna happen with Jaru on the plane. So we were just having fun with the shit, man. It was actually funny.
As long as
it was good promotion for the Real Report. We popping right now. The Real Report.
We here.
Shout out to the Valiant. That was great promotion. What a way to start the podcast with a little bit of drama.
And look, for me, I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, we on the Real Report show. It was actually funny, man. It was something that you could look back and laugh at. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I said it for the third time. Ja could have got on the plane, put his bags up there, not said nothing, throw his headphones on, and go watch one of them new good movies on Delta Airlines, because they got the nice TVs and they got the good cookies on there.
They got some good movies.
So I'm thinking about my flights. For me, y'all, everybody's thinking about everything. Everybody knows me for smoked duck in Morocco.
Oh!
Y'all know me for, the Swiss Alps eating bison.
Caviar pancakes.
It's no more caviar pancakes, because that jet budget, 50 ain't paying that jet fuel. He ain't paying that much. 50 ain't paying that jet fuel. He ain't doing that, man. So we would have been 86th off all flights, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It was some word in the crew said if I would have hit him, man, I would have been legitimately for real, like super, like it would have been crazy. Man.
Yo, listen, that jet fuel. 50
I know, but you made me think about
that.
the flight. Yeah, it would have been a little crazy, man. I swear I wanted to so bad because the guy was acting.
Maybe one or two flights, but when you have your own shows, you definitely not taking the jet to Morocco.
I hear you on that one.
On his dime, that's definitely not happening, man. But yo, that's what went down, man. And I'm over it, man. It was fun.
It was hilarious. It went viral. It was good. We just did TMZ a little while ago. It was good. Everything was fun, man.
It's definitely, man. So
it was a good moment, man.
Jaru, thank you for the promo, bro. Cause you really thank you for the promo. It was good promo.
We definitely didn't think the podcast was gonna start off with you, but what a way to start it off, man.
And some have now concluded, it did work out for Yayo and Murder. They got a viral moment getting Ja kicked off the plane, and they get free promo for their new podcast. All this talk about Ja standing on business, but Yayo and Murder get to monetize it, and the hate is still engagement for the algorithm. And all in all, I find it hilarious that there are people out there who truly believe they should have squabbled up on a plane, and I imagine it is pretty much curtains if an entertainer ended up on the no-fly list. But what are your thoughts? And if you recall, rapper The Game, who is still active and dropping projects till this day, decided to become a music reviewer after J. Cole dropped the fall-off that he ranked a 7 out of 10. And while he was fair in his breakdown, even though I didn't agree with everything he said, like the low ratings for the song The Let Out, we got Joe Budden out here pretty much shut this down. Check out a snippet.
Overall, he gave the album 7 out of 10.
He just opened his notepad and track by track and wrote it out.
You don't like him doing that?
I hate him doing it. Weird. I absolutely hate him doing it. I hate any active artist doing it.
Rapper to rapper, that's weird.
Explain why.
Well, I think there's a code with active artists.
Yep, I agree.
I think there's certain bylaws that you have to abide by as an active artist. If you have a relationship with this person, you can give them your real critique behind the scenes. When you do it publicly, it looks performative, 1. 2, MC critique is not going to be like any other critique. So you're putting this out for public consumption, and who is supposed to really understand this unless it's other MCs? 3, this could be thinly veiled as something else. We know Game is fly with Drake. We know there was rumblings of Drake snippets dropping on Cold Day, which y'all may not take nothing from.
Shit.
I do.
I take a lot from that shit. I ain't want to talk about it, but I take a lot from that.
So this is your man, and now you're talking about J. Cole, and you're talking about up next is Don Toliver. That means nothing to me. Don Toliver's album is amazing. So you're not going to get on there and say nothing overly critical about it. It's a great album.
If he's on some shit now where it's, I got some time, I'm just breaking down albums that I'm listening to. And I started with this one. He went track by track and gave pretty detailed explanation.
He gave some songs 10 out of 10.
Why he felt the way he did about it. I'm not mad at that, especially coming from a rapper.
Joe, when you
because he hears things a little differently than the rest of us.
When you critiqued Views, were you considered an active artist at that point?
Gotcha, bitch.
I should have been toward retirement.
How convenient.
I should have been toward retirement.
My thing with the game doing it is if he could take it back if another rapper does it without getting offended.
That was a large part of me retiring and sticking to it. There's a code. There's yo, if I'm gonna sit here and speak about y'all like a critic, then the least I owe it to the game is to not jump back in the dance.
That's true.
I'm sitting as an observer. I'm critiquing as an observer. I'm gonna be honest. It may offend some of y'all, but I'm no longer in the club, and I'm gonna stay out the club.
That's logical.
See, I like the other side of that.
Me too. Now when you talk
like the other side
every day for a living about music.
No, I'm talking about in the hit. I'm talking about like being still in it, like almost like an active NBA player sitting there critiquing the game. I like that, and then I still got to get back on the court and lace them up.
See, but you shouldn't do that.
Sure. As game, he might be fine with anybody critiquing me. Niggas been critiquing him anyway. So now, and if one of you rap niggas decide to say something about me that I don't like, I'm gonna rap. I'll still jump. I'll mix it up with you.
If somebody says something about game he don't like enough,
he's gonna fight. And that's the point right there. That's why I just said, I hope that if somebody critiques him in the same manner in which he critiquing them, he don't take it personal.
I do think in a perfect world it would be nice to get a good unbiased opinion about music from another person who's actually in music. But I don't think, like you said, I don't think there's
they should retire so they
I don't think
tell
there's a
us.
good, respectful way to do that.
When Tom Brady retires, tell me all about Jordan Love, Dak Prescott. Give me your true opinion on they throwing form and all that. If you going to lace up next week, no.
I agree.
No.
And some users find this hilarious. Joe Budden podcast critiquing a rapper for critiquing another rapper is comedy gold. And in response to users who believe he's excused because he's retired, some have hit back with, in 2016, Joe was putting out the same output as the game is in 2026. He still had time to kill views. It is okay to admit when Joe is being a hypocrite. We still gon' listen to the pod, and Drake fans aren't having this level of hypocrisy oozing out of Joe Budden. Joe was not retired when he did the same ish to Drake. He's blatantly lying. He released an album after views, and I have to agree, Joe was slamming Drake even when he was still active, but chose to hide behind retirement when Eminem came for his neck, and even the huge fans are calling him out. Joe Budden, I love Joe, but that's the pot calling the kettle black. He wasn't fully retired when he criticized Eminem's Revival album. He literally trashed that album publicly. Joe gotta relax. But what are your thoughts? And on J. Cole, his album is projected to move 300,000 equivalent units first week in the United States, with over a third of those sales coming from pure sales, that is, digital and physical album sales, which is insane by 2026 standards in hip-hop. And even on YouTube Music, his stats showed huge demand for this album, as he was averaging roughly 2.4 million streams daily that jumped to over 14 million on the release day of the fall-off. And moving on, we got Flavor Flav out here staying consistent when it comes to how he's ranked Eminem over the years.
You're obviously an OG rapper. I have to ask, who's on your Mount Rushmore of rappers?
My top four, well, number one is going to be Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Number two, Rakim.
Okay.
Number three, KRS-One. Number four, my partner Chuck D.
Yeah, all right. Good lineup.
And number five, LL Cool J.
And some rap fans are bothered by this. Tired of this reach for Eminem? Did these dudes sign a contract or something? Thinking emoji. And boy, Eminem's ability to get people to care adds to the list of why he's remained relevant all these years. Says Eminem, then immediately names the greatest rapper and three more legendary rappers who all had pivotal contributions to the history of rap. Eminem is very talented, no rap fan says different. However, he's nowhere near the best rapper ever. He's not top 5.
This salt cost 30 times the price of table salt. It is mined by hand from the tears of the salty.
It makes great skincare.
And people wonder how Eminem ended up as the second biggest rapper of 2024 in a year when Kendrick Lamar and Drake were going at it big time. And it is because even the detractors care a little too much when it comes to Eminem, like crashing out over a hip-hop legend's opinion on the greatest rappers of all time. And I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. See you on the next one.